Good morning, YouTube. Regenix here. What makes you intrinsically happy? I'm not talking about getting paid for a good job or getting a star on your test or whatever else that the world can offer you that makes you smile. What intrinsically makes you happy? That is a question I've been trying to deal with, and I've been trying to find out. And because of the way that my mind works, it's not as simple as answering it. Because now I go into, why am I who I am? Because I'm searching for this answer. Because I'm trying to find the path through the forest. I need to look at the trees. I need to look at the path. And so I'm stuck to a degree. I have some things that I think are good, but so you look at yourself, if you want to find this answer for yourself along with me, this is the path I'm taking. I wonder what I liked when I was younger before anyone got to me. But you can't do that because even your parents got to you, your friends got to you, and all kinds of things happened to you before you were consciously making any decisions. So I think I have to start with, I like helping other people. I think I also enjoy, see, and this is really hard because I've thought about this before, but whenever you're on camera, it's a lot different. I think I also, whenever you've been looking at different self-help videos, motivational videos, be better videos, it's not just about finding out what you intrinsically have enjoyed or what made you happy in the past. It's about hacking your brain chemistry and finding out what you might like to do in the future. Whenever you know enough about how all of your neurochemistry works, like you watch this Huberman guy and he tells you how to hack your dopamine, and honestly, in the state I'm in, that's good advice. I want to be able to do that, but that choice, that intentionality behind finding out what makes me happy brings up the question, what do I want to make me happy? Intrinsically, not extrinsically, because that intrinsically is where you find the recursive feeding upon itself flow of dopamine. Whenever the effort becomes the reward, and these are questions I wrestle with. Because I'll sit around and I'll have nothing to do and I'll think I should be doing something. I should be putting effort in somewhere. But I don't. I sit there on the couch and I'll, for lack of a better term, passively meditate, because I have meditated in the past, and I am and was a fan of the no-mind mindset. However, the no-mind mindset does not work in our current world. Our lives are not so peaceful that we can just be one with nature. Nature not necessarily being trees and forests, but the world around you. It doesn't get you anywhere. So I'll sit in this meditative state, and some of the thought clouds that will pass me by are, what are you doing? Where is this getting you? Whoop, off it goes. Why are you just sitting here? Why aren't you doing something else? These are legitimate questions. And the answer is because I'm trying to find out what I feel is the right path forward, knowing that if I follow these instructions, I can do something that makes me happy and maybe have it even be worthwhile. I think maybe part of my hang-up is that I'm not necessarily looking for some intrinsic reward. I am also looking for something that brings me an intrinsic reward that also gives me an extrinsic reward. But to Huberman's statement, that is not a good thing. To Huberman's statement, to have an extrinsic reward diminishes the effects of the dopamine hacking you're doing, because it should be completely intrinsic. Maybe that's hard to do. Maybe there's just a different way to do it. I don't know. But that's what I'll sit there and that's where I am right now. I think I want to write. I have a huge grand fantasy story idea, a lot of concepts. I think they're really cool, but I can't get to writing all. I take notes, right? I've got an app that I can talk my notes into, so I've got tons of notes on this thing, but I'm having a hard time sitting down and trying to consolidate them in like Obsidian or some other sort of note-taking system. I think that would be cool. I try to get myself to be a software developer. All the AI stuff I immersed myself in. I was doing the Odin project, and then a setback came about in life and made me really question if I really enjoyed that. And the answer was no, I didn't. I didn't really enjoy that. Or at least I didn't do it long enough with a growth mindset, with the effort is the reward mindset for that to take. Or maybe the things that happened to me in my life were just too much to overcome it. I don't know. But that's where I am. What do you all think? What makes your happiness? Where did your happiness come from? Did you know from a young age? Was there an intrinsic happiness that you pursued? And this goes for all ages. And I'm honestly a little bit more curious about the younger generations, not just Gen X. Because the younger generations have had technology thrown at them, algorithms thrown at them, all about trying to hijack the dopamine thread in your brain to swipe, to mindlessly browse. And I'm guilty of it to a degree too. Whenever I'm sitting on the pot, I'll just pull out Lemmy and I'll just fling through things. It's not good, but there's not a lot else you can do on the pot. You can't really engage in note taking and note consolidation when you're on the pot. So let me know down in the comments where your happiness comes from. So I'm looking for all kinds of input. I want to see where I can draw inspiration, where I can draw relationships, not a relationship, but a relationship between your happiness and my happiness, and how something that will resonate with me. I want to find that. And in the meantime, I'll keep on trying to sit on the couch, find out what the next step is for me, and we'll take it from there. I'll see y'all the next one.